Dr. Phil? The therapist, huh? Do I like Dr. Phil sitting up here, Mom? No? Like Dr. Phil, look, bald head black Dr. Phil. Yep. Yeah, I feel like Dr. Phil right now. Hey, so I'm gonna help your guys out today, okay? All right. All right. So before we get started, we have four lovely young people, handsome as well, young people up here. I mean, hey, lovely. It's good for guys, girls. It's all right. But we want you guys to introduce yourself. You can bring my mic down just a little bit too. But we want you guys to introduce yourself. Tell us your name, what school you go to, and just a little background about yourself.
My name is Loretta. I'm not in school right now. I don't know.
How long have you been here at the church?
Like I want to say about like a year now.
Okay. All right. Let's give a hand clap encouragement. All right. Next person.
My name is Montreal. I'm not in school right now, but I've been in the church for like 5 years.
5 years. All right. Give a hand clap, guys.
I go to one side.
Go ahead. Go ahead. West side. And what grade are you in, Brady? I'm sorry.
12.
12th grade. All right. Just give a hand clap, y'all.
My name is Taylor, and I go to Travis High School, and I'm going to 10th grade.
All right. Good job, guys. All right. So, guys, this past month, we've been talking about stand strong, just being all that God has called you to be. Just because sometime in our life, things are going to get hard. Some of the roads that we go down is going to, it's going to be hard roads to go down. But the one thing about it, we have to realize that we have to always stand strong, always be what God has called us to be. Don't let nobody change your mind of what God has called you to be. A lot of times we see these different celebrities, and the way that they're living, it doesn't portray how they really live. There's a young lady, we play her song all the time here, It's the God in Me. She said when she get home, which I don't know, is when she close that door and she get down on her knees and do what? She pray. So we want to look at artists and celebrities like that, when we talk about standing strong. A lot of the stuff that we see on TV, these guys with these jewelry and big rings and, this fast money living life. It's really not about all of that, you can have that through Christ is what I'm trying to tell you. It don't have to be because of how the world does it. All right. So we have these panel of young people up here. It takes a lot to be up here, guys. So make sure you encouraging them when they share their life with you up here right now. Make sure you give them a hand clap. Encourage them, so so they can do it again. All right. So the first thing that we want to look at, we're looking at the word faith. When we talk about the word faith, what is the first thing that comes to your mind? Faith. Anybody?
I guess I'll speak first because I have a microphone. But faith, I kind of think about believing in something no matter what. And sometimes when you're down, that's usually something that you always have when you have nothing else. So something that's always there. So.
All right, good job. Encourage. Anybody else on faith? Okay. All right, no faith. So, have you ever been tested? Have you ever, any one of you, have you ever been tested by your faith?
I have a lot of times. When you go to school and there's a lot of people that don't believe in God, and so they kind of make you think maybe there isn't a God sometimes. So you start to question it a little bit. So I've been tested a lot.
All right. Encourage.
I remember one time I was having a conversation with this dude. He tried to give me the scientific explanation of how the world was created, and I'm sitting over here like the whole time I'm just listening, asking questions just to see where his head was at. But it was I guess you could say my faith was questioned, but at the end of the day, I already know somebody had to make everything, and it just didn't happen out of nowhere. So yeah.
Amen. Good job. The next question I have for you guys, when your faith is tested, what brings you back? What, I'm sure these young people want to know, when your faith is tested, what brings you back?
Well, for me, it's really like everything starts to go bad when my faith. Wait, can you repeat the question again? Please?
What helped bring you back when your faith is tested?
Because everything goes bad, and then it's like when you come back, everything's like it's like better again after out of nowhere, like so. That's for me.
All right. Good job. Anybody else? What brings you back when your faith is tested? Anybody? All right. The next one. I'm sure that there are some young people in our congregation here today probably feel like giving up before. Feel like that, that their life is not that important, or maybe some of the things that they're doing or have done, maybe they feel like that God doesn't care for them or love them anymore. Is there something that you can share with them that would help them, to realize otherwise? Or has there ever been a time in your life that you feel like giving up?
I would say there's like a lot of I've gone through a lot of things, and sometimes it makes me feel like it kind of makes me like question, why did I have to have this life, or why did God choose me to be different? If there is a God, why is this happening to such and such, or why is this happening to me? But usually, what usually helps me is like if I make the smallest effort to be around things that are godly, and be around things like coming to church usually improves my mood like 10,000%. So I usually just make an effort instead of just feeling like the world is over, because you have the impact to change your life, really. You can't just sit around and wait and be sad and wait for something to happen. You have to try.
Okay, good job. Let's encourage her. Good job.
So I kind of forgot the question, but I'm going to just talk for a minute. I would like to say that sometimes praying is just a part of it, and you actually have to do something. You can't just say, oh, well, God didn't give me this, because you have to put in some effort. What did you put in to get what you prayed about?
Good job.
The way I get through it is knowing every day God got a plan. Every day is another day to get out of your circumstantial situation. Every day is another day to do better, move better in any way.
Can you say the question again?
So, like, when you have a test or a situation, feel like giving up. Has there ever been a time where you feel like giving up? Basically?
Well, there's been a lot of yeah, there's been a time I felt like giving up, but like he said, I mean, I have to think about the bigger picture. Like, I have to think about God puts you inside different trials and tribulations to make you stronger as a person. So, I mean, if you get through it, it's gonna make you a stronger person at the end of the day. And we have to all remember, like, we all still young, so we have a lot of different stuff to go through. So you can't just give up easily like that. So.
All right. One thing about that, guys, when we looking at reflecting up, the one thing when I wake up every morning, I mean, of course, as older people, I mean, we have our young people, but as an older person, one thing I look at, you always got to keep praying, you got to keep pushing, you got to never give up. If you want to succeed, keep praying, keep pushing, never give up. Everybody help me out with that. Keep praying, keep pushing, and never give up. One more time.
Keep praying, keep pushing, and never give up.
Keep praying, keep pushing, never give up. All right. So the next thing, when we have these situations in our life, we're trying to stand strong. I mean, we doing all that we can. We have people in the background at school, at work. They're trying to get us off track. Things are just going haywire. Where is the place that you would go to separate yourself from everything that's going on?
When I separate myself, I usually just go inside my room, I turn on some gospel music, and I just start chilling. Like, I'm the type to, I like music, so gospel music helps me because it's like, I don't know, it just helps me. That's what I do.
All right, you feel that? On your way back. I'm sorry. Okay. All right, good job, good job.
I'm gonna say it's different for every person. It kind of goes back to your purpose and what you think you're good at in life, I guess. So, like if you're a dancer, it might be in a dance room. It all depends on you, I guess you could say. So it could be on the field, it could be in a dance room, where you clear your head and where you focus on you and your purpose and what God has in store for you.
All right, good job. Encourage. Good job.
Me personally, I don't know why, but driving in the car makes me like feel really relaxed and serene. And so usually like if like someone's driving me somewhere and it's like a long ride, I'll sit like in the back and I'll just look out the window and reflect. And that's kind of weird that I just realized that that's what I do usually.
Good job, good job. Yeah, I remember when I was going through like a ministry training back in Louisiana, the pastor, he would always talk about this secret place. And this secret place, you know, it's like where you and God can just go and talk. I encourage each one of you to find like a secret place, if it's your bedroom or, you know, some activity, whatever it might be. But find you a secret place where it's just you and God. I mean, get away from the social media, get away from all of that, you know, seeking other people. There's no books out there, you know, I can tell you 10 different ways of how to get. I mean, that's cool that you're reading, but that's not going to be the main source. The main source that you're going to need is the relationship you have with God, talking to Him. All right. So make sure you're talking to Him. Make sure you have that secret place where you can talk to Him. All right. Next question. In life, I'm sure that we all have our plan. We want to be basketball players, track stars, rappers. We want to be so many different. Give me something y'all want to be. Y'all tell me. Give me some things. Basketball. Comedian. Oh. Football player. You almost there, bro. Say it one more time. Journalist. I hear some more. Architect. You're going to build Brother D house. Lawyer. You going to get me out of jail? I saw you on the internet, girl. Just you say that. We're going to talk later. We're going to talk. I need a lawyer later. Come on. I'm in a little trouble. So, right here.
A nurse.
Nurse? All right. You're going to help me too. I need you too. I need you too. Who else? I saw another one over here somewhere. Producer. All right.
All
Good
right,
job.
that's good.
Come on. I need some more. Alicia, I see you, man. Come on. What you want to be? You the slam dunk master.
That's our basketball
That's our
player.
basketball player. Right here, baby girl. Pediatrician. I got some grandbabies. Who else? Over here. Anybody else? Come on. I got you, football player. Come on, twins. What y'all want? Oh, not my twins. I be seeing y'all on Instagram. Come on, what y'all want to be? Y'all gonna be some type of inventors, huh? What y'all gonna be? Madison. A vet? Oh, brother, you got a bunch of dogs. That's good. Come on, Morgan. A doctor. All right, need that too. All right, so all of us have something that we want to be. But there are some times in life where maybe the things that we want to be is not what God has planned for us to be. And you know, we talk to, you know, myself, Minister Tyrone, we go out to different schools and different places all the time. And when we realized when we were growing up, if y'all don't know it or not, Brother D, I wanted to be a state trooper. I wanted to just roll up on people, like just see them pass by real fast. I go chase them down and just like have my glasses on and knock on their window. License, registration, and insurance, please. I had planned it out. I was ready. But that wasn't God's plan for me. I went to police academy and I did all of that, but it just didn't work out. I ain't gonna tell y'all why not. But we're gonna talk to that lawyer girl later on. All right. But anyway, but sometimes in life it don't go as planned, as our plan. There's God could have another plan for you. So when it's versus your plan versus God's plan, what do you do? Your plan versus God's plan. What do you do?
I mean, obviously, your plan is gonna fail. I'm gonna just be honest. If it's between you and God, your plan is never gonna work. You have to go with where God is leading you, and eventually.
Amen. Okay.
I think it's like really difficult to start to do something that you want to do anyway, but then again, when you're going at head to head with God the whole time, like you're really not going to be going anywhere. It's kind of going to be like going 2 steps forward and like 4 steps back, because you're not going to progress in the way that God wants you to be. So it's better to just align like your plan with God's plan as much as you can. So like get to know Him and discover who you are and who He wants you to be, and that'd be the best.
All right, good job. Hand clap, guys. All right, have two more. Your plan versus God's plan. How do you get through the two?